Losing someone you love changes everything. The moment that absence enters your life, a void settles in, silent and painful emptiness that echoes in every corner of your heart. Whether the loss comes from death, divorce, or even the ending of a deep friendship, the impact on your emotional world is significant. It alters the rhythm of your daily life, breaks your routine, and forces you to adjust to a new, unwanted reality. For many people, this loss brings with it a haunting companion: loneliness. Loneliness after loss is not merely the absence of company. It is a deep emotional ache, a longing for the presence, the warmth, the laughter, and even the arguments that made life feel full. It is waking up and instinctively reaching for someone who is no longer there. It is cooking for one when you used to cook for two. It is hearing a song that triggers a memory so vivid that it brings tears to your eyes. But how do you navigate this painful terrain? How do you find healing and reclaim a sense of peace? Understanding the nature of loneliness is the first step. It's important to acknowledge that loneliness after loss is a natural, even necessary part of grieving. It is the emotional manifestation of the bond you had with the one who is no longer physically present. But while it is normal, it doesn't have to be permanent. The journey of dealing with loneliness after loss is deeply personal. Some people find solace in spirituality or religion, others in therapy or support groups. For many, simply talking about their feelings helps them process their grief. It's essential to allow yourself to feel your emotions without judgment. Suppressing them can lead to prolonged suffering and emotional complication. One powerful way to cope with loneliness is through connection. While it may seem counterintuitive, especially when you feel like isolating yourself, while reaching out to others is crucial. This doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by people all the time. But even one meaningful conversation a day can begin to heal your heart. Rebuilding your social life, even slowly, can make a difference. Volunteering is another excellent way to deal with loneliness. Helping others not only takes your focus off your own pain, but it also introduces you to people with similar compassionate values. It provides a sense of purpose, which is often lost after significant loss. Finding purpose is key. Loss often leaves us questioning the meaning of life. You might ask, why did this happen? Or what now? While there may never be satisfying answers, you can find meaning in the small things: a hobby that brings joy, a cause that ignites passion, or a simple act of kindness that makes the world feel a little less heavy. Embracing new routines can also help. When someone you love is gone, your entire daily structure can collapse. Establishing new habits gives you a sense of control. Start your mornings with a walk. Learn a new skill or dedicate time each day to a peaceful practice like journaling or meditation. These habits can provide a rhythm that anchors you as you navigate grief. Let yourself remember, it's okay to look at old photos, wear a piece of their clothing, or visit places that hold memories. These acts don't mean you're stuck in the past. Instead, they're part of the process of integrating the loss into your life story. That person or relationship may no longer be part of your future, but they will always be part of your past, and that matters. Sometimes loneliness comes with guilt, especially if you begin to feel happy again. You might think, if I laugh, am I forgetting them? Or is it wrong to enjoy life now? The truth is that healing does not mean forgetting. You are allowed to live, love, and laugh again. Your loved one would want that for you. And if the loss was due to a falling out or separation rather than death, it's still valid to grieve. The relationship was meaningful, and its end can be just as devastating. Give yourself grace to mourn what was lost, even if it ended with pain or regret. Writing can be an incredibly healing tool. Keep a journal where you express your thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. Write letters to the person you lost. Say what you didn't get a chance to say. Share your day with them. This symbolic connection can be soothing and provide emotional release. Seek professional help if needed. Therapists trained in grief counseling can offer you strategies and insights tailored to your personal journey. They can help you identify unhealthy thought patterns, cope with anxiety, and gently challenge beliefs that might be keeping you stuck. Talking to someone neutral can be liberating. Community is another pillar of healing. Join support groups, whether in person or online. Listening to others' stories can be incredibly affirming. You'll discover that you're not alone in your pain, and sometimes shared sorrow can lighten the emotional load. Remember, healing is not linear. There will be good days and bad days. You might feel like you're doing well and then suddenly find yourself crying uncontrollably over something small. That's okay. That's normal. The grief wave hits unexpectedly, And it doesn't mean you've regressed, it just means you're human. Be kind to yourself, talk to yourself like you would talk to a dear friend. Celebrate small victories, getting out of bed, making a meal, reaching out to someone. These moments matter. They are the bricks in the foundation of your healing. Physical health plays a role too. When you're grieving, it's easy to neglect your body. Try to eat balanced meals, get enough sleep, and engage in light exercise. Your body and mind are connected. Nourishing one supports the other. Nature can also be a healing balm. Spend time outside. Feel the sun on your skin. Listen to birds. Walk barefoot on grass. These small interactions with the natural world remind us that life continues and beauty still exists, even in sadness. If you have children or grandchildren, let them be part of your healing. They are not only a source of comfort, but also a bridge to the future. Share stories of the person you lost. Keep their memory alive through family traditions or creative projects. Music has a way of speaking directly to the heart. Create playlists that reflect your emotions. Let the music comfort you, bring back memories, or simply fill the silence. Sometimes a single melody can say what words cannot. Consider spiritual practices if they resonate with you. Prayer, reading sacred texts, or attending religious gatherings can offer profound comfort, and they can provide a sense of continuity, community, and hope beyond the current pain. Don't rush your healing. Society often expects people to move on too quickly. Grief doesn't work that way. Take your time. The person you lost was part of your world, and adjusting to life without them is a monumental task. You deserve time to process. Allow yourself moments of joy. It doesn't dishonor the person you lost. In fact, it can be a way of honoring them. Living fully can be a tribute to the love you shared. Create something beautiful in their memory. Plant a garden, write a book, donate to a cause they cared about. These acts transform your grief into legacy. You might never stop missing them, but in time, the sharp edges of your pain will soften. Loneliness may visit, but it doesn't have to stay forever. Through love, connection, purpose, and self-compassion, you can build a new chapter, not the one you wanted, but one that still holds meaning, growth, and peace. As the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, the intensity of the loneliness may fluctuate, but it never completely disappears. What does change, however, is your relationship with that loneliness. Instead of being an overpowering, unbearable force, it becomes something you recognize, something you learn to carry. It becomes a part of your story, not the whole story, but a chapter that shaped who you are becoming. In time, you may begin to notice moments of peace creeping in, a sunrise that feels meaningful, a walk that brings calm, a memory that warms instead of hurts. These moments are not betrayals to the person you lost. They are signs of healing. They are the body and soul adjusting to the new rhythm of life, a rhythm that is slower, gentler, and often wiser. Many people who have experienced profound loss speak of a new depth they discover within themselves. Grief and loneliness, while painful, carve out a space in the heart that can hold more empathy, more understanding, and a richer appreciation for life's fleeting beauty. If you allow yourself to move through the loneliness instead of resisting it, you may find growth you never expected. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools for healing. Share your memories of the person with others. Talk about who they were, what they loved, the silly things they said, the beautiful ways they touched your life. Each story is a thread that weaves their presence into the fabric of your future. They may be gone physically, but through your words, they remain alive in spirit. Gratitude can be surprisingly helpful even in grief. It may seem impossible to feel thankful when someone so important is gone, but focusing on what they gave you instead of what you lost can shift your emotional landscape. Be grateful for the years you had, the lessons they taught, the love you shared. Gratitude doesn't erase sorrow, but it softens it. If you're feeling stuck in your grief and loneliness, consider changing your environment temporarily. A weekend getaway, a visit to a new place, or even rearranging your living space can provide a fresh perspective. Sometimes physical change encourages emotional shift. It's also helpful to reduce digital distractions. Social media can often deepen feelings of loneliness, especially when you're bombarded with images of people seemingly happy and complete. Take breaks if you need to. Protect your mental space. Instead, surround yourself with things that bring authentic connection and joy. Animals can be incredible companions in times of loneliness. A pet doesn't replace a human, but it provides a source of unconditional love. A routine and a presence that is both comforting and healing. If you're able, adopting a pet or spending time with animals can be profoundly therapeutic. As you continue to process your grief, remember that no feeling is final. What feels unbearable today may feel manageable tomorrow. What feels like endless loneliness now may transform into solitude that you grow to value. Time itself does not heal all wounds, but what you do with your time can. Some people find meaning by helping others who are going through similar losses. Sharing your experience, offering a listening ear, or supporting others in their journey can make you feel less alone. You may discover that by being there for someone else, you're also helping yourself. Creativity is another outlet worth exploring. Paint, draw, garden, bake, build. Do something with your hands and heart that channels your emotions into form. Expressive activities are a way of externalizing your pain, which can make it more manageable. They also help you reclaim your agency, your ability to shape and influence your world again. Read books on grief, loneliness, and healing. Knowledge brings empowerment. Understanding that others have walked this path and emerged stronger can inspire hope. You are not broken. You are going through something that many have endured and survived. Embrace the slow moments. Healing isn't found only in action. Sometimes it's in sitting quietly with your sorrow, acknowledging it without trying to change it. Be still. Let yourself feel. And know that even the deepest emotions pass like waves in the ocean. As you continue your journey, you may find that you begin to redefine yourself. You're no longer just someone who lost someone. You are someone who lived through that loss and found strength in the process. You may develop new values, new priorities, and even new dreams. This evolution is not a betrayal of your past. It's a tribute to your resilience. At some point, you might feel ready to love again, not just romantic love, but all forms of love. You may feel open to new friendships, deeper family connections, or spiritual bonds. Let love in. It doesn't replace what you lost, but it adds to the richness of your life. Trust your heart when it tells you it's ready. Don't fear forgetting. Memory is not about holding on tightly. It's about living in a way that honors what was. You carry your loved one with you, not just in thoughts, but in how you love, how you give, and how you choose to live your life. Their influence doesn't end with their departure. It flows through you. For those who find solace in faith, lean into it. Prayer, meditation, scripture, and fellowship can bring comfort and clarity. Many spiritual paths offer powerful perspectives on loss, reminding us that life continues in different forms and that we are never truly alone. Allow these beliefs to anchor you in the storm. If you're struggling with guilt, survivor's guilt, guilt over past words or action, the guilt for beginning to feel joy, recognize that guilt is a natural part of grief, but does not serve you long term. The past cannot be changed, but the present can be embraced. Forgive yourself. Offer compassion to your own heart. If your loss was recent, understand that you're still in the early stages of adjustment. Every step you take, every tear, every conversation, every smile is part of the process. You're not supposed to be over it by a certain time. Let your heart guide the pace. It's okay to revisit your grief. Anniversaries, birthdays, and special dates may trigger emotions that feel raw again. Prepare for these moments. Plan something meaningful. Surround yourself with supportive people, or simply allow yourself space to feel. These emotional revisits are not regressions. They are natural. Reclaim your identity. When someone is central to your life, losing them can make you feel like you've lost a part of yourself. Over time, you'll discover who you are outside of that relationship. This rediscovery is empowering. You're still whole, still worthy, and still capable of joy. Practice mindfulness. When the weight of the past or fear of the future overwhelms you, bring yourself back to the present. Breathe deeply. Notice your surroundings. Feel the ground beneath your feet. You are here. You are alive, and that is enough for now. Sometimes you may simply need rest. Grief is exhausting. Give yourself permission to sleep, to do nothing, to let go of expectations. Rest is not laziness, it is recovery. Let yourself be wrapped in the gentle silence of healing. Your story is still being written. Loneliness may be a chapter, but it is not the end. With each day, each breath, each choice, you are shaping a future that holds new beauty, new connection, and new peace. Life will never be exactly the same, but it can still be meaningful, still be full of love, still be worth living. And perhaps one day you will look back and see how far you've come. You'll notice that the pain, while never fully gone, has made space for joy. You'll see that the loneliness taught you to cherish presence, that the silence taught you to listen, that the loss taught you to love more deeply. And in that moment, you will understand you didn't just survive, you transformed. You took your pain and made it into purpose. You took your loneliness and made it into light. And that is a story worth telling.